We are also on Weibo. Please check us out for more great videos.
We can't be the only ones who fell in love with this rom-com. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies to watch if you like To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
So if I went all the way across town to get you something that you like, then that means...
You must really like yogurt?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at movies you should check out if you really dig this new Netflix favorite.
Hold it. Who are you?
I'm Zero, sir, the new lobby boy.
Number 10. Crazy Rich Asians.
We've been dating for over a year now, and I think it's about time people met my beautiful girlfriend.
At the end of the summer of 2018, when To All the Boys I've Loved Before was released, it was often discussed in the same breath as another hella popular film.
Why would they want to buy a rare Cambodian god?
Because they can.
Crazy Rich Asians hit theaters around the same time To All the Boys I've Loved Before started streaming, and because of their Asian casts, they drew comparisons, and were both lauded for their progressive representation. Aside from this topical issue though, Crazy Rich Asians also harks back to a simpler time, when a rom-com could just be pure fun, and has similarly helped to reinvigorate the genre.
Yo, it's about time someone stood up to Auntie Eleanor. Well, you, not me. Oh God, she can't know I was ever here.
Number 9. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Andy Anderson.
Benjamin Barry.
Cute.
Thank you.
I meant your name.
Thank you 2 times.
This movie may have been released in the early aughts, and focuses on a cast of characters who are much older than high schoolers, but it still shares some similarities with To All the Boys I've Loved Before. The two romantic leads, played by Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey, don't exactly hook up in the most conventional way. They're each trying to prove their own theories about relationships when they strike a deal to try to get together. And in a lot of ways, their partnership is based on lies, just like Lara Jean and Peter's.
You fooled me to win a bet, and you should feel ashamed.
Look, you took me to a goddamn Celine Dion concert. You made me miss the big game.
Yet just like our teen protagonists, they end up falling in love, despite the odds.
You calling my bluff?
You bet I am.
Number 8. Set It Up.
All I care about is that I'm not still an assistant when I'm 28 years old. That's when it gets really sad.
I'm 28.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Like To All the Boys I've Loved Before, this movie is a Netflix original romantic comedy. And while the characters are older, the two films have a similar vibe. Set It Up is about two overworked assistants who decide to set their bosses up with one another, so that the higher-ups will chill out a little and go easier on them.
What do they look like?
One is a stunningly beautiful woman with dark hair and a fierceness that's both scary and inspiring. The other is a guy.
Of course, romance ends up blooming elsewhere. And just like in To All the Boys, two people get together who weren't planning on falling for one another. It's a modern romance film that doesn't mind being a little cheesy sometimes.
I like you. So much.
Number 7. Sierra Burgess is a Loser.
He definitely thinks that I'm someone else.
Oh yeah, definitely wrong with that. Never mind the fact that he could be a serial killer or a rapist or rape serial killers.
Could you focus, please?
If you're looking for the movie that is the most similar to All the Boys, it has got to be this one. First off, the male lead is played by Noah Centineo, who got his big break playing Peter Kavinsky.
Okay. Well, then this silence is me not telling you that I like you.
Aside from that, it's also a teen romance with an unconventional narrative. In Sierra Burgess, which, like a number of previous rom-coms, is loosely based on an old tale, this time that of Cyrano de Bergerac, a girl falls in love with a boy but pretends to be someone else in order to get him to fall in love with her, which leads to a strange high school alliance.
I need to tell you something.
You're gonna hate me.
I doubt that. I don't really think I could never hate you, no matter what you tell me.
Number 6. Nick and Norah's Infinite Playlist.
This is amazing. You are literally like my musical soulmate. It's unbelievable.
Just like To All the Boys I've Loved Before, the basis of this teen movie is that a girl needs a fake boyfriend. And just like in To All the Boys, the relationship doesn't stay fake for very long.
I know this is gonna sound weird and I'm a total stranger, but would you be my boyfriend for 5 minutes?
What?
Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist stars Michael Cera and Kat Dennings and takes place in New York as they meet and embark on a quest for Dennings' lost friend and the two leads' favorite band, who is rumored to be playing a secret show that night. While Cera's character starts by just wanting to make his ex jealous, in the end, he realizes they weren't right for each other anyway.
Are you kidding me?
Number 5. Cant Buy Me Love.
What a spaz.
Oh, he must be in special ed.
This whole fake relationship thing has been a common thread in teen movies going back decades. In this 1987 film, a nerdy guy decides to pay his neighbor, a popular cheerleader, $1,000 for her to pretend like she's his girlfriend for a month. Just like in To All the Boys I've Loved Before, the charade eventually falls apart, though Ronald isn't nearly as sweet as Peter is when the arrangement ends.
You ignored the Donald Miller dork for 17 years. Now you want to ride on the Ronnie Miller Express.
I don't want to ride the Ronnie Miller anything.
Looks like you're the only one.
Of course, though, because this is an 80s rom-com, there is a happily ever after in the end.
Okay, let's get this deal straight. One last time. Now, you can have Saturday nights, but only if you ask me in advance.
Okay, I'm asking you in advance. Will you go to the prom with me?
I'm not gonna do that stupid dance.
Number 4. Easy A.
We are officially over. Oh, rats. Hey, I want my juicy sweatshirt back. It was way too loose around your chest anyway. Ooh, burn.
Though the plots of Easy A and To All the Boys I've Loved Before may not be exactly the same, the essence of the two films is strikingly similar. Easy A stars Emma Stone as Olive, a high schooler who is tangled up in, yes, you guessed it, a web of lies, after telling people that she lost her virginity when she didn't.
I always thought pretending to lose my virginity would be a little more, I don't know, special. Judy Blume should have prepared me for that.
She ends up agreeing to pretend to have sex with other guys at school to make them more popular. The deception aspect is reminiscent of To All the Boys, and while romance may not be the central theme, it still has a cute love story. Number 3. Love, Simon.
Sometimes I feel like I'm stuck on a Ferris wheel. 1 minute I'm on top of the world, and the next I'm at rock bottom. Over and over all day long, because a lot of my life is great, but nobody knows I'm gay.
If you're looking for another modern romance flick, look no further than 2018's Love, Simon. Adapted from a popular YA novel by Becky Albertalli, this movie tells the story of a gay high school student who is still very much in the closet and has to contend with coming out to the people closest to him while dealing with bullying at school.
So like I said, I'm just like you. I have a totally, perfectly normal life. Except I have one huge-ass secret.
At its core, though, this is an adorable love story between Simon and Blue, an anonymous guy who he meets online, falls for, and whose identity he has to figure out. This one is a bit of a tearjerker, so have your Kleenex ready.
You get to exhale now, Simon. You get to be more you than you have been in a very long time.
Number 2. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Your eyes have a little green in them.
Okay, we're not going to say that this is the best rom-com of the 90s. Fine, maybe we are.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to on the lonely night. I love you, baby, trust in me when I say.
10 Things I Hate About You is a classic for a reason. It's based on Shakespeare's play The Taming of the Shrew, and thus tells an age-old story, but with a modern setting. This movie is strikingly similar to All the Boys I've Loved Before, in that Patrick starts dating Kat because he's being paid to do so, but eventually falls for her. And though she is more reluctant, she ultimately falls for him too.
I hate it when you're not around and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit.
Not even at all. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Why'd you really come here, Zach?
I forget.
You're not just trying to get my vote for prom king, are you?
And I was happy about it. But now what am I gonna do? Ugh, this is all your fault, Kissing Booth.
Number 1, 16 Candles.
You know, I really don't want to hurt your feelings, because it's really human you listen on my bullshit.
What better choice to top our list than this hilariously charming tale of a shy prim girl and her hunky crush finding love via a series of circuitous, duplicity-filled plot twists. This film is actually referenced in To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Lauren Jean mentions 16 Candles as a reference point for how she sees romantic relationships unfolding. And it's no accident that director Susan Johnson's Netflix original has some serious John Hughes vibes.
How about this? You can put your hand in my back pocket.
Hand in your back pocket? What the hell is that?
16 Candles. It's the opening image. It's a couples thing.
Johnson has been quoted as saying, quote, "I grew up with the John Hughes movies, and those were very important to me as a teenager." A classic.
I know, it just hurts.
That's why they call them crushes. If they were easy, they call them something else.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.